Big Ten Media Days 2025 in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Resort Convention Center, Minnesota was one of the 6 teams to take the podium on day 2. PJ Fleck was the first head coach to the main podium on Big Ten Network, and he brought a high-energy opening statement. But later on that day, in the breakout podiums, PJ Fleck announced one of his transfer players was named a team captain.
A couple of Washington transfers. Cam Davis, I'm curious where he fits into the running back room, and then Khalid Tafai up front, what do you expect from him?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen more of Cam right now, and I love Cam. Cam was actually just voted a captain of our football team, and I know he was a captain at Washington and a leader, but to do that, to be a transfer, and have the new team, right? We talked about multiplying talents, right? To come as a transplant / portal, right? Transfer, and then be voted captain before the season starts, it says a lot about Cam. It says a lot about his family. It says a lot about his upbringing. It says a lot about his work ethic. And if the fun part is, go ask Darius Taylor about Cam. He'll tell you that he might be one of the best ones, if not the best one we have. Darius has no problem telling you that, right? So I really like what he's done. I like his commitment to the process. Again, he's a young man that's focusing on the process, the day-to-day. He was in and out with some of the spring ball. So you're joining the team, and then you're kind of hit and miss when you practice because you're recovering from an injury. But I thought he was fabulous, and I look forward to training camp to watch him because I think he's going to do a lot of good things for us.
Fleck also talked about his team's rivalry with Iowa for the Floyd of Rosedale and how they prepare for that rivalry week in and week out.
Obviously, you always want to beat your rivals, and I think that's really, really important. But the respect factor from afar is always there. And not only that, somebody asked me the other day, if you got to take Minnesota out of it, what is the hardest place to play in the Big Ten? And I gave him an example. When I was at Ohio State playing at Kinnick when we were #1, that was one of the hardest. And I truly believe when we actually beat them 2 years ago at Kinnick with the Cooper DeJean part, that was one of the most hectic environments I've ever seen. Whether it was the volume or what we had to dodge, it was hectic. But you talk about a fan base who loves the Hawkeyes, and there's a ton of respect there for that. We have our ways to get ready for rivalry games, and every game, depending on what environment it is. It's not like we do something completely different just for this rivalry that week. We do things for Iowa and Wisconsin every day in practice as it is, and I'm sure they do stuff with us every day as well. But when we get to that week, we dissect who that opponent is, prepare our players for what needs to be done, where we're going, and you probably won't be able to hear much in practice when we have to prepare for Kinnick again this year.